Alright, hey, today we are talking about hydrogeology. And hydrogeology is just a study of Earth's water. So when we talk about water on Earth, the first thing is just where is all of this water located? You probably know that Earth's surface is covered by something like 72% water. But can we walk up to that water and drink out of the ocean every single day and live long, happy lives? No, we can't. So although that our planet is covered by water, there's really only a very small fraction of water that sustains all living things. And I'm not just talking about people, I'm talking about, even my dog. I give my dog some water once in a while, or cattle, or just different organisms, butterflies and bunny rabbits, and just everything green that grows outside requires fresh water. And so take just a second and take a look at these percentages of the fresh water. Where is most of that fresh water held? Most of that fresh water would be in freshwater lakes, or held in the soil, or in groundwater. And so this just reminds me how important it is that we keep our fresh water fresh. We shouldn't be using our fresh water and doing things with it that make it unusable in the future. The cool thing about water is that it can move and change states throughout our entire planet. And this is something you probably heard about since you were little. I'm talking about the water cycle. Or maybe sometimes you'll see hydrologic cycle. It means the same thing. And some key parts to the water cycle, things you've heard about before, things like evaporation, precipitation, condensation. Maybe you've heard of runoff and infiltration. A new term might be transpiration. Transpiration is very similar to evaporation, but this time it happens from leaves. Tree leaves have these little openings on the underside of them, and it allows CO2 in for them to grow and make sugar, but also it releases some of the water they pull out of the ground. So transpiration really is just adding water vapor to the atmosphere from leaves. The last thing we should talk about before we really get into the details of hydrogeology is just Earth's water balance. Earth has this really delicate balance that's measured by evaporation and precipitation, and the outcome produces our sea level. So if sea level remains constant for a period of time, it means that evaporation and precipitation, they balance each other out, they cancel each other out. But if there's a time period where there's more evaporation from the ocean, sea level would go down. And if there's more precipitation than evaporation, then sea level would rise. So sea level gives us this really good indicator of this balance between precipitation and evaporation. We're going to keep it short and sweet for today, so make sure you fill in your notes. And if you have questions, make sure to ask. Thanks.